Kundalini Awakening is one of the most profound and mysterious experiences in the realm of spirituality. Often depicted as a serpent coiled 3.5 times at the base of the spine, Kundalini represents the latent spiritual energy that resides within every human being. When this dormant force is awakened, it rises through the central channel of the body called the Sushumna, passing through the 7 major chakras, leading to states of heightened awareness, expanded consciousness, and deep transformation. Those who experience a true awakening often describe it as a rebirth, a shattering of the ego followed by an immersion into a deeper, more connected state of being. The origin of Kundalini can be traced back thousands of years to the ancient spiritual traditions of India. The concept appears in various Hindu scriptures, including the Upanishads, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and later in detailed form in tantric texts. These scriptures describe Kundalini as the Shakti, the divine feminine energy that lies dormant in the Muladhara chakra, awaiting activation by spiritual discipline and grace. In the traditions of Tantra and Hatha Yoga, Kundalini is considered both a path and a goal. To awaken this force is to begin the journey toward liberation, moksha. Throughout history, mystics and yogis have pursued the awakening of Kundalini as a means to attain enlightenment. It was believed that through intense yogic practices, purification, devotion, and surrender, one could channel this energy upward, achieving union with the divine. The process was never taken lightly. It was understood that the force of Kundalini is as dangerous as it is divine. If awakened prematurely or without guidance, it could lead to intense psychological, emotional, or even physical disturbances. For this reason, most ancient texts insisted on the presence of a qualified guru to oversee the aspirant's journey. Kundalini awakening is often spontaneous, but can also be induced through intentional practices. The signs of awakening vary, but some common experiences include surges of energy, spontaneous movements or mudras, visions, deep meditative states, emotional purging, and at times profound peace. The process is unique to each individual and depends on their karmic baggage, spiritual maturity, and mental stability. In modern times, many individuals report sudden awakenings without any formal spiritual practice, often triggered by intense life events, trauma, or deep meditation. One of the most vital aspects of Kundalini awakening lies in how it is applied in day-to-day life. While the mystical descriptions of divine energy and cosmic consciousness are captivating, the real power of Kundalini lies in its practical integration into human experience. Traditionally, Kundalini energy was awakened and harnessed through a combination of spiritual disciplines that cultivated the body, mind, and soul. Among the most common and revered methods is the practice of Kundalini Yoga, a system popularized in the West by Yogi Bhajan in the 20th century. Kundalini Yoga includes asanas, postures, pranayama, breath control, bandhas, energy locks, mudras, gestures, and powerful mantras that activate different energetic centers in the body. Unlike other forms of yoga, which may focus primarily on physical fitness or flexibility, Kundalini Yoga aims directly at awakening the dormant energy and moving it upwards in a safe and gradual manner. Another essential tool is meditation. Specific meditations designed to balance the chakras or to channel the Kundalini force upward are key. These meditations often involve visualization techniques, chanting sacred syllables like Om, or concentrating on energy points in the body. The goal is to cultivate inner stillness, allowing the subtle energies to rise and purify the system. Pranayama, or breathwork, is particularly effective in manipulating the pranic currents in the body to awaken Kundalini. Techniques such as alternate nostril breathing, nadi shodhana, breath of fire kapalabhati, and deep rhythmic breathing are used to energize the body and stimulate the Sushumna channel. In ancient texts, controlling the breath was seen as controlling the mind, and when the mind is still, the soul awakens. Mantras are sound vibrations that have the power to unlock spiritual dimensions. Repeated chanting of powerful sounds such as the bija mantras, seed syllables for each chakra, can bring about deep energetic shifts. The use of Aum, Om, Soham, or Sat Nam "Truth is my identity," helps to align the practitioner with the vibrational frequencies of higher consciousness. In the Tantric tradition, certain rituals and symbolic practices were used to awaken Kundalini. These include working with the Shiva-Shakti dynamic within the body, where Shiva represents the pure consciousness at the crown of the head, and Shakti the active force of Kundalini at the base of the spine. The union of the two is the ultimate spiritual goal, experiencing divine bliss and liberation. The chakra system also plays a central role in the application of Kundalini energy. As the energy rises, it activates and purifies each chakra, which are centers of consciousness, governing specific physical, emotional, and psychological states. For instance, the awakening of the Anahata heart chakra brings deep compassion and love, while the Ajna third eye chakra opens psychic perception and intuition. When Kundalini reaches the Sahasrara crown, the practitioner may experience Samadhi, complete union with divine consciousness. It is also important to understand the stages of Kundalini awakening. In its early phase, known as Arambha Avastha, the practitioner may feel subtle stirrings or sensations at the base of the spine. As the energy ascends, the middle phase, Gata Avastha, involves more intense purifications and emotional upheavals as the chakras are cleansed. Finally, in the Nishpati Avastha, the Kundalini reaches the crown and the yogi attains full enlightenment and self-realization. Beyond yoga and meditation, lifestyle choices significantly affect Kundalini application. A sattvic pure diet, a peaceful living environment, inner honesty and ethical conduct help maintain the clarity needed to sustain the awakening process. In ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita and the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, practitioners are advised to avoid sensory overindulgence, negative thoughts and erratic behaviors, which can disrupt the flow of Kundalini and lead to imbalance. Ancient civilizations outside of India also hinted at a similar spiritual energy. The Egyptian concept of the Jed pillar, the Kunda buffer in Gurdjieff's fourth way teachings, and the serpent power in Mesoamerican cultures point to a global understanding of an inner transformative force. The ancient Greek idea of the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail, symbolizes the cyclical nature of energy and spiritual renewal, a theme deeply aligned with Kundalini. In Taoist alchemy, the concept of Qi and the microcosmic orbit bear resemblance to the Kundalini circuit in Indian traditions. Energy is gathered in the lower dantian, similar to the root chakra, and circulated through specific channels, much like the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadis. In modern psychology, Carl Jung spoke of Kundalini as a symbolic representation of the individuation process, the integration of unconscious aspects into the conscious self. He viewed the chakra system as metaphors for levels of psychological maturity and consciousness. According to Jung, the serpent energy represents the drive for wholeness that exists deep within the psyche. Ultimately, the practical application of Kundalini awakening is not merely about experiencing supernatural phenomena or heightened states of ecstasy. It is about transformation, healing the body, expanding the mind, and awakening the soul. A fully awakened Kundalini does not make one escape from the world. Rather, it enables a person to engage more fully, more compassionately, and more creatively with life. The journey is neither easy nor quick. It demands discipline, humility, and courage. But for those who are ready, the awakening of Kundalini is the greatest adventure of the inner world. It is a call from the infinite, a remembrance of who we truly are, and an invitation to walk the ancient path of divine realization. In silence, in breath, in the coiled wisdom at the base of your spine, your awakening awaits.